Oh. We got PG front and center. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Unfair Sports. We're here doing a watch party. Darius Avala is going live. He's going to pick his home at 5:30. We're going to jump in a little early and just talk a little bit of recruiting, but, you know, we had a lot of behind-the-scenes conversations, and PG was losing his mind, and so was Coop. So had to calm down before we got on here. But thank y'all for pulling up. We got, like, a bunch of comments in here. Jeez Louise, y'all are really in here getting it, man. We appreciate y'all pulling up. Do me a favor while you're here, hit that like button, wipe your feet, new to the channel, subscribe. So thank y'all again for the love, support, like y'all always do. Yeah, PG, you didn't get to join us on Wednesday while I didn't have internet to help save Coop, man. I'm a little disappointed in you, but it's okay. I'm not gonna
Listen, I'd
I'm not
take
gonna
the
call
wife
you
out.
out for that. I mean,
I'd take the wife out for hibachi.
I mean, it's fine, all, but ain't we more important than the wife?
No,
Jokes.
because she's a pregnant wife. So
It's true. Yeah, you're gonna die. She's actually gonna probably kill you in like the next hour.
Yeah.
To tell her I was kidding when I said that. I don't want her to kill me, because death does come to people that mess with pregnant women's. But yeah, glad y'all pulled up. Hey, Robert, tell him I said what's up. Hopefully, he comes to Oklahoma. We'd love to see it. Steven, I'm about to kick you out. You're not gonna be allowed into this stream. You get banned. You're gonna get shadow banned for the day, because that's so horrible.
Oh, wow.
He's hoping I freeze, and then the bomb's talking about me struggling. Yeah, I know. The storm hit. It was bad. So anyway, we're gonna talk about Darius Avala. Of course, y'all know that he has his commitment today. The Rivals 4-star, but consensus and composite 3-star lineman out of Lehigh, Utah. Another nice Utah player. We're hopefully going to get some good news, you know. So typically when we do these, it's because we have a hunch and we're hoping and praying and crossing our fingers. But I think Afalava is going to be an awesome player in general. I'm actually excited just to see him in general, just playing college ball. I think he's going to be good. So pass it around. PG, what you got? What you talking about?
are we talking about just Afalava or recruiting as a whole? Because
Recruiting
Oklahoma,
as a whole, baby. Let's talk about recruiting.
Yeah, because Oklahoma about to be a heater on the next week. We got four commitments on July 1st, and then I think we have one on July 6th, and I think we have another one that could wrap up before then as well. But Oklahoma's in a really good spot now. On July 1st, I don't think they're going to get Mark Ehenekor's commitment. We were talking about that one earlier. I would expect Oklahoma to pivot to Christian Jones. I got a chance to talk to him post-Champion Barbecue. It sounded like Oklahoma was in a really good spot there. Christian Jones is a prospect that the staff's really been pushing for a while. He's a guy that I really like on film. I know he's a guy that Brent Venables likes on film, so I'm sure Zach Alley likes him if Brent Venables likes him. But listen, Mark Eheneker and Christian Jones in the recruiting rankings, Christian Jones is going to do a little bit more for you. So I expect when it's all said and done, Oklahoma's going to end up somewhere between 280 to 300 in the composite score rankings, which probably lands Oklahoma a top 5 class at that point.
Oh, that'd be nice. Now, I really wanted Mark Eheneker mainly because he comes from the same school as Jaden O'Neal. And it kind of saddens me to see or hear that potentially we're not going to win that sweepstakes on the 1st. But July 1st is going to be a busy day, so there's a good chance we may even go live on the 1st and just talk some more too, because, man, it's going to be a heater. Oh, yeah, it's also the official day of us joining the SEC. We're going to dive deeper into that on Sunday, as Sunday will be the last day as members of the Big 12, so you know we're all going to be pumped. Coop, how you feeling, man?
I'm fine. No, I mean, you know, this is always a fun time of year. Every single year that we come right around here, it is, we saw the D line heater. I don't know if everybody has already seen, if you can go on the Bird app. Let's see here. Todd Bates has resurrected the Powerline 25 for today, showing a little love to his guys, and so. We see a lot of these crystal balls coming through, crystal chicken wings. A lot of them are coming through. So this is an absolute it's my favorite time. because I think that the 4th of July, my birthday is next Sunday, and so I'm going to pivot for half a second here, and I just put it out on Twitter. If you were an overreactor, and there's a few of them, if you're an overreactor for the baseball news, next week is my birthday on Sunday, Jay, and I'm going to buy a season ticket to OU baseball, and I'm going to give it out. So if you guys tune in next Sunday, I'm buying a ticket, and I'm going to give it out just because if you don't want coaches leaving, you show up. We do it for football. We do it for softball. We got to do it for and I understand it's a little bit hard, but this was a good team this year, and even when it's good. So these are the things in these other sports that we need to continue to make ourselves a little bit more SEC ready. So Afalava coming in, though, I mean, this is a guy who I continue to believe that he is going to raise in the rankings. He's down to these 4 schools. Obviously, I have my personal feelings. I think he's going to become a Sooner tonight, here pretty briefly. But you watch the interview, and just another great quality kid. Just really, really excited, wants to come in, wants to compete, and he wants to create that Samoan pipeline in Oklahoma, and I am 100% for that. And so I like to hear him, when he commits here, wherever he goes. I mean, this is a great cat.
Yeah, I think he's a really good one. I mean, watching that interview was pretty fun. Listening to him kind of just talk about, just playing ball and, everything. He kind of talks about what he liked about Oklahoma, how he can't wait to play against Texas one day, regardless of where he plays. He wants to definitely play Texas to see his boy. I'm gonna fight you, James. Why are y'all trolling me about my interwebs? That's hilarious. I'm gonna call them. I would actually like to. I need to call him and call them and see if they're gonna pay me for being here. But no, I mean, it's between us, Utah. You've got Michigan State as well as Washington. That Washington visit, his pictures were kind of dope. I'm not even gonna lie. Had me a little
Washington's
bit on
always got dope pictures.
Something
Did
about
you
that
see
purple
David
ring,
Jones?
man. Yeah, I did. Yeah,
Yeah.
It's wild every time I see it,
And
so I'm just like, we'll see.
so did he talk about the Oregon visit on the interview, or was that behind the scenes? I have trouble with reality, and because he started talking about like the jerseys and everything when he went to that visit, and we all hear about Oregon's jerseys. Apparently, they've got a pretty nice display of all those things, and it kind of made me laugh because in my head I'm hearing this like, but let's see, it's flashy jerseys that's for programs that need attention. And I'm a jersey purist, and when you start changing up the jerseys for attention, I don't know how attractive that is because I've never seen somebody get to the NFL because they had really cool jerseys in college. So that was kind of a funny part when I was having a conversation with him.
Okay, I ain't mad at that. Yeah, man, I can't remember if he talked about that on there or not. I mean, I've slept since I went through and watched it, but I probably need to go look at it. But we're about at that time. I'm refreshing, as y'all see, I'm refreshing both 247 and his page in hopes of it populating. But besides that, PG, I know you're keeping up with this, man. Who's all next when it comes to the list of recruits committing over the next few days? I know there's a long list going on.
Yeah.
Over the next 7 days, it's supposed to be a lot of commitments. Who's Oklahoma after? And if you want to give our chances, sure, but kind of curious to who's all coming up.
Yeah, so I don't mind throwing out both. Okay, so I think Oklahoma on the first they have Smith-Orogbo, Cortez Mills, which Cortez Mills finally put that out publicly yesterday. Thank goodness, because there were it was like July 1st and July 5th floating around up there. So Smith-Orogbo, Cortez Mills, Mark E. Hennichor, and there's one more that I'm forgetting, but there's one more on the first. And then you're looking at potentially Lamont Rogers here in the next 2 weeks. You're looking at Michael Vasusi around the month of August, which, by the way, I think Oklahoma's got a really good shot on that one. And then we're kind of just waiting on Cade Petchak. That's kind of one that we were told it was going to happen. Then he took the visits, and now we're told, hey, it'll probably be within, the first couple weeks of July. So Cade Petchak's another one we're kind of watching. But kind of going through, Coop and I did a prediction video of what we thought the class would end up like by the end of the 25 cycle. I had Marky Henichor in there, so kind of wrong on that one, but or at least I think I'm wrong on that one based on what I'm being told. But Christian Jones, like I said, would be a little bit better of an option. But I've got right now Fasusi, Rogers, Cortez Mills, Orogbo, Christian Jones, Cade Petchak, and Afalava all in this class. So, like I said, you land a class that looks like that, you're probably in the top 3, potentially competing for a top 5 class. I think it just depends on, does Georgia go in and try to contend with Alabama and Ohio State, who, guys, I think might take half of the 5 stars in this 25 class, which is absolutely insane.
And I think Deshaun Brom.
We're here, baby. We're here. Y'all hear it?
I got no volume.
Yeah, no volume.
Jay, is that 247?
Yeah, it's 247s. Let me see if I can get sound turned on for y'all. Give me a second.
And he is finally done
hear it?
with the recruiting process and ready to reveal his commitment. And Darius, if you could hear me, first off, break down what this process has been like for you.
Very exciting on the most part, just for me and my family. It's been really fun. The whole part just went from sophomore year to now, and right now I'm just excited to get it over with. Commitment today.
You have a big ceremony there out there in the state of Utah. Who is there with you, and what is the celebration like for you right now?
Just me and my parents and all the people that have been with me throughout this whole process. Just coming from friends, family, everything like that. And it's going to be a big celebration after everything's over.
You got a huge moment ahead of you. You are going to wrap up your high school career next January at the 2025 Polynesian Bowl All-Star Game in Hawaii. That's going to be a huge moment for you. But before you get there, you will be deciding your college commitment ahead of your senior season. So, Darius, you have the floor. I know you have some hats there on the table. Tell us where you're going to play college football.
Yeah, this is hard, but after a long time with me and my family, I'll be taking my talents to Norman, Oklahoma.
You all heard it.
So the Sooners add to a class that heads into the weekend in the top 5 nationally. Darius, you took official visits, six of them, I believe. What was it about Oklahoma that made them the choice for you?
Really just the family aspect thus far, just everything about it, just the culture and everything about it, just a small town. And they're all about family and football, and that's all I'm about. So that's why I chose Oklahoma.
This is a program that just joined the picture for you 2 months ago. It was mid-April when they extended that scholarship offers. In recruiting, 2 months seems like a lightning bolt, right? It's super quick. What was that like, that process, to hear from Coach Bedenbaugh and hear from the Sooners and have them join the picture late but still land you?
They really went all in for me. And just going for them, 2 months is a short time, but for them, they really made the time worth it. And I wouldn't want to hear it any other way. So that's the reason why.
All right, Darius. Well, congratulations on your commitment. Thank you for doing it here on the 24/7 Sports Instagram channel. And enjoy the celebration. I know it's going to be a fun night out there in Salt Lake City.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, that is Darius Avala.
All right. We got ourselves a commitment, folks. PG, how you feeling about this?
This is a really good pickup. Darius Avala is a guy that can play guard for you, so you get a little bit more depth there, especially in a class where you feel like it's really tackle-driven and tackle-centric. So we look at Foje as another potential guard prospect or a guy that maybe can flex between tackle and guard. But Afalava is going to be a straight-up guard for you. Really good pickup. And Like I said, if you add him to a class where you already have Foje, you already have Hollenbeck, you add Fasusi, Rogers, and you just recently got the commitment of Sean Hutton, this might be Bill Beatenbow's best class he's ever brought into Norman, Oklahoma.
Man, that's a tall one to say, especially after what he pulled in last year. But you're right. There's a very good chance on that one. Coop, I mean, I just dropped a video. Me and Coop actually dove deep into conversation about Afalava. So that's actually live now. You can see it on the channel. We'll probably be here for another 10 minutes before we all jump and enjoy our day. But Coop, man, just initial reaction of seeing him actually throw the hat on while you get to watch with everybody else. How you feeling on it?
You know, one of the hardest things about, just talking to the recruits, and PG, you can back me up. Anybody who watches it, whether you are an OU insider guy or Sooner Scoop guy, 247, no matter what, you start the relationships having just a conversation with these guys, and you don't want to steal their thunder, and that's hard. But when you saw Darius talking about Venables and Beanbo, he just lit up. And I see everybody in the comments and everybody on the comments of the video, the interview with him. It was, it was hard. Like, that was hard because we've done interviews with like Nigel, and he kept it on lock pretty well. I mean, he stayed pretty neutral. Yeah. And, and even with Danny Okoye. And so this with Darius, I mean, you just kind of had a feel that, like, I mean, if you're, going to, drop out LSU and add OU, and he already said that they checked all the boxes. I mean, the Soul Mission was amazing. Bill Beanbow's track record in the NFL was amazing. The development, the brotherhood. It's not by accident that you're seeing these position groups, the safety guys with Hall, the wide receivers, the linebackers, all hanging out together and being family, because you are in a big family. But let's be honest, at 125 guys out on the field, I mean, there's some brothers or cousins you ain't going to see for a couple weeks because you're in position group. So, I mean, this is great. I think that he reminds me, he's got that nasty attitude like Cody Ford did. And I wanted to save that for after the commitment, because when he said to me, he told me straight up, I'm coming to OU. And so that's hard for me to not to be like, because I'm excited for the team that I love. But from the journalistic perspective of it, whatever little bit that I have, you got to stay even keel. So what do you get in this guy? He's going to be a clown. He is going to be a guy, and you see that with Akankumi. He's out there, doing this stuff, and his brand is not going to be. He's not a big flashy guy who's going to be putting stuff out there and doing merch drops and big things like that. He's a pretty quiet guy, and he just wants to pave his own path. And so I'm absolutely, in love with this guy, and he is going to be a big piece of the SEC culture going forward.
Absolutely, and he's gonna have fun. So he's gonna be a jokester. He's gonna be doing everything you want from offensive linemen are usually always the funnest dudes, right? They're the ones that clown the most and have a blast. But the good thing is everybody likes him as a person. I've heard nothing but rave reviews about people that have talked to him just in general, and y'all know that is a critical component in the culture piece of what BV, Beatenbow, DeMarco Murray, Jay Valai, Seth Luttrell. You go through the list of all the coaches, Todd Bates, Miguel Chavis, Brandon Hall, right? They all want guys with really good character on top of being actually really good at the game. And so I'm stoked to have him join the family. As Topher and Steven mentioned, the Crystal Chicken Wing was sauce to perfection. That bad boy went in. If you ain't followed that account, go follow it. We drop chicken wings when we think something's going to happen. And then Coop let y'all know, 6'5", 330 pounds. That dude's going to mold out beautifully in this program. And as he mentioned, even in the interview, he would like to get, more of the Polynesian gentlemen on this roster, and we can build up some massive trenches. And BB is doing that thing, and he ain't done, as PG mentioned. So, PG, I'm going to pass to you to wrap it up. We're gonna keep it short today because we're going to go live on Sunday, dive more deep into that. Hopefully another commitment shows up. But something else just popped up real quick. I guess I need to talk about it now. There's been a couple of crystal balls that flew out. Now, we don't have crystal chicken wings yet, but we do have some crystal balls. Cortez Mills, wide receiver. Josh McCuistion just threw his out there. Chad Simmons threw his. PG, how you feeling about that one?
Yeah, I feel really good about where Oklahoma sits with Cortez Mills, and it would be nice to get a win over Dabo, especially after he took, I'm going to say, two pretty tough. I mean, he took 3 losses to him last year, but 2 that were really tough. One in Sammy Brown, and then one in Bryant Wesco, who you thought was committed or was going to commit to you, then takes one visit to Clemson and says, "See ya." So landing Cortez Mills will be big. He's a guy like Elijah Thomas who, with a strong senior season and maybe 1 or 2 more camps, like could work himself into 5-star territory. And for Oklahoma to be able to land a 5-star wide receiver, that would just be really nice to have outside of the post-Lincoln Riley era. So Cortez Mills, that's a guy that, I think we've gave comparisons to Odell Beckham Jr.
You gave comparisons to Odell Beckham Jr. I'm not about to jump on that. I'm sorry. I can't support you on that one. Even though I don't think you're off base, I can't support it until I see it physically.
I mean, he's got the athleticism. But the Cortez Mills one, I think a lot of people were just kind of waiting for the commitment date to drop because I was told that the longer you had to wait for Cortez Mills' commitment, the more of a chance that gave Clemson to get back into that recruitment. So I think the fact that now we know the date and it's literally Monday, I think a lot of people were like, okay, this one's solid Oklahoma from what we know at this point. So, it'd be a really good win for Oklahoma. But looking to wrap it up, just on the recruiting trail, like I said, Monday's going to be a big day. I mean, you got 4 commitments up. You're probably going to get 2 to 3 of them. I think the jury is still out on Smith or Rogbo. But, I mean, talking to him before, I kind of like Oklahoma's chances there. But I don't think that's one where anybody's going to really have a clear, solid indication. Smith or Rogbo is kind of a quiet kid, keep it tight to the chest. So I would be surprised if we just see a flood of predictions flow in for him to end up somewhere. I think that's one that Oklahoma fans can just be surprised with. And if you land him, I think On3's got him in 5-star territory. So
yeah. Mills can hit that, man. He can play.
Yeah.
He's really good. I mean, Rivals has him 69 too. So yeah, he can continue to move up, especially at his size with 6'1", roughly 170. You said he's got the ability, right? He has a very large, like Marcus Harris has a big catch radius. I'll give you that. Mills has a massive catch radius. He just finds a way to get to it, right? Yeah. Wingspan's stupid. He just finds a way to get to the ball. That will be the 5th wide receiver in this class, and it goes back to all of our discussions. It makes me feel like they have a sense that we're going to air that thing out this season, and we're going to lose about 3 dudes.
And the thing is, if we air it out as much as we think, Bauer Sharp's going to get a lot of yards. Jake Roberts is going to get some good time on film in his blocking. He might get some yards as well. And Nate Roberts just might decide, you know what? I don't like this tight end room at Ohio State anymore. Maybe I need to go back home and join the brothers in Norman.
As I've said a few times on this one with the Nate Roberts piece, we're going to have to prove it. Once we prove it, things may be different, but we have to prove that we are actually going to be leveraging the tight end. Then at that point, I think we'll be good. But besides that, who's all on the first? I'm trying to remember.
Smith or Rogbo, Cortez Mills, Mark Ehenachor, and gosh, there's somebody else that I'm totally blanking.
There's somebody else on the first, and I cannot for the life of me remember. Let me go look at. I'm gonna go back to 247 site because I know that
I gave up thinking, but while you're looking that up, I do want to say, with Afalava, guys like Foje, these offensive linemen, they move quite a bit in the rankings their senior year. This is they've developed. I think that the playing weight that you want to see Afalava run at is probably 325. If in the interview, I just showed the clip where he gets circled up and he is like almost right in front of a linebacker, and then he just does this quick little just punch, and dude goes flying like hash to hash. Like he has amazing strength. So I'm really, really excited to see what he does. Josh McQuistion from Sooner Scoop was one of the first people that was in on Afalava and, really, truly believing that there was an opportunity there. So I got to give props out to Josh because that's kind of what turned me into having the conversations with Darius, and so you also got a chance of Foje is going to have an opportunity to bounce up there too. So watch that, because there's going to be some movements, and so you think with the potentials of Rogers Vasusi, Babalola, all these guys coming in to visit, not to visit time, but to commitment time. There's going to be quite a bit of movement, and let's also see, because there's a lot of programs this year that it is going to be very, very neat to see what happens this year. How does the college playoff change a lot of different things? Are you going to a program because you feel like that's the only program that I can have a chance to go undefeated or only one loss and make it to the playoffs? Now you're willing to maybe take a move, but they're still big names. And again, no inside information. This is just pure speculation on my part at this point, but you have names of losses that OU has not brought in. Guys like Peyton Pierce, Roberts up at Ohio State. There's other guys too. If teams don't show like they are kind of projected to, and that's Oklahoma included, watch how those relationships. You'll see where the relationships are really built, and that's where you're excited as an Oklahoma fan right now. Is these guys are coming for relationships, and they know that the relationships will always be there, and the great play is what they're bringing here. So they're going to go as far as their talents take them. And the SEC piece, Afalava said it himself. It means something.
Yeah, that's a good point. So your dates here, we have Ehenicher, you got Mills, as well as Smith and Robo, which are the ones that we are really after. I know that we were trying for a Lincoln Cure, but that's definitely out. So he's
Marion
also
Robinson.
Marion Robinson is the
That's it.
6th.
He pushed it to
He's
July
the 6th.
6th. Yeah,
he's July 6th. So that's what I was about to say.
First, he moved it.
That's what I was about to say. Marion Robinson was the one I think we were thinking about, and I see that he moved his to July 6th. So he'll be July 6th, which is at the end of the weekend anyway, that Saturday. Yeah. And I'm seeing that there's potential there.
I'm not feeling solid about that one yet.
I don't feel good about it, but I'm hearing there is potential. We're on the warm list. That's all that matters right now. So as long as we produce on the field, as it was mentioned here, I promise you'll start seeing a whole bunch more players looking at Oklahoma somewhere heavy. The relationships are there. I'll put it this way. People genuinely like our coaching staff. The bigger thing is we have to show them that the coaching will follow. I mean, even though we did go 10-3 last year, people still want the proof. And so the proof is in the pudding. And so as long as we keep producing like we do every year, keep these 10-win seasons going, we'll be just fine when it comes to going through the trail. We've already got a very high blue chip ratio right now, which has increased year over year every time since BV has been here. And I sense that that's going to put us closer in the 80 range next year. And because of that, we'll have a very, 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 very good chance of landing some of the big names. So anyway, I know all the big name guys we're looking at, like a Michael Fasusi, a Lamont Rogers, Andrew Babalola. I know that their commitments are probably within the next 6 to 8 weeks. I'm anticipating between July and August, you'll hear from all the big 5-star offensive linemen. I see people asking in the comments there. That's when I anticipate all of them. We don't have official dates, but I know all of them in interviews that said something in the realm of late July, early August, or August-ish area. And so because of that, end of July's party at the Palace is going to be critical. And we're going to be here reporting on that every time a player posts on social media. We'll make sure you guys are abreast to who is going to pull up and why they're going to pull up. Me and PG have our list compiled. We'll probably record something together and put it on both of our channels so y'all can watch it. But, yeah, outside of that, PG, final words before we all bounce. I need to go. I just got back from the gym, so I need to go take me a shower.
Big time commits coming up for Oklahoma. They will have all of their class but one guy committed by the end of July.
Makes sense. Cool.
I'm going to end it with this class is almost full. I mean, we've got just a few. I figure, I'm going to say that by kickoff with, who are we playing first?
Temple.
I just have Maine. I have Maine in my head. By kickoff with Temple, this class is going to be set. So you're seeing 26 names come up. And I promise you this, with O'Neal in the fold at quarterback already, that is big. Big classes are brought to by elite quarterbacks. And so that's why these 26 kids are already jumping on, because I promise you, O'Neal is going to be that guy. PG, keep quiet.
He that dude. Digital Chill. So you're asking the question basically what Coop is saying here. This is what I'll wrap up with. The reason why these 26s are is just like Coop said. The quarterbacks are looking at leading their classes, and every team, I think we are included, we're letting them know, hey, it's better as a quarterback to be committed a year early so you can start building your teammates around you, right? It's kind of like the saying that friends are the family you choose. So because of that, you now have a full year of full recruitment to decide who you want to have around you. And you can start working on people that you know, work on people around you, work on people you see at camps. That's why you're seeing the 26, especially quarterbacks, committing early. Now, some of the players is just like, I don't want to deal with recruiting. I want to go here. And that's what you got from like a Jonathan Hatton, the running back out of Texas. He's basically like, I don't like dealing with recruiting. I like DeMarco Murray. They said I can commit. I'm committing now. You know, we was like, well, we'll take you because you're a pretty darn good running back. So keep that in mind when you see all the 26s commit. That's why. But thank y'all for pulling up. Hit that like button if you're new to the channel. Subscribe. Rate us. Review us. Give us 5 stars. You don't think we deserve it? Just give us 5 anyway and gift it. And with that, me, Coop, and PG, we appreciate y'all showing up. And we will chop it up with all of y'all in a bit. Peace.